Hello, guys. Welcome to the podcast, Notes from My Journal, a space where I share life experiences, good food, and travels, and anything in between. Something can always pop up and we learn from it, right? So, these are the things we will be discussing together, and I want you to come along. Hi guys, welcome to the fourth episode of the amazing podcast Notes from My Journal. And today we're talking about no one is coming. This sentence, is I heard it from this popular writer. She wrote a book. I don't remember her name right now. She has this philosophy of the 5-4-3-2-1 effect, which she calls the 5-second rule, where if you want to do something, you count 1 to 5 and then you stand up and do it. So you want to get out of bed in the morning after your alarm, you say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 or 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then you stand up without a second thought. You just do it. She also have the I5 rule. I don't remember why I'm struggling to remember a name right now, and I don't want to call a name that it's not what it is, I know before the end of this pod, I would remember a name and then I would say it. The I5 rule is where you speak to yourself in the mirror. You do an I5 to yourself in the mirror. You place your hand on the mirror, so automatically that's like you're giving yourself an I5, right? And then you speak to yourself. The feeling you have when you give someone I5, you get this good feeling, when you give someone an I5. Automatically you smile like, hello. When you say hello, and you give someone an I5, it gives a good feeling. So she teaches that you should do that to yourself every morning as well. And it's from listening to one of our pod or following her on Instagram that I learned about the word or the reel that she posted that says no one is coming. And it's true. No one is coming. No one is. Let me quote one of the posts that she made. She said, no one is coming. No one is coming to push you. No one is coming to tell you to write that business proposal. No one is coming to tell you to apply for that job. No one is coming to motivate you to work out. No one is coming to push you to lose weight. No one is coming. And to be honest, there's no truer words than this. It sounded a bit harsh, but I sat down with it. I even made an Instagram reel on this for my fitness Insta. I have a fitness IG where I post my weight loss journey on it, and I made this reel. I used the audio for my reel as well, which is true. When I wanted to start my weight loss journey, I pushed myself. I motivated myself. I got the tools that I needed, like reaching out to professionals, eating right, but in the long run, it was still me who had to, show up for myself in that journey. And I'm happy where I am with that. And even though I'm not where I want to be, but I'm like 80% close to where I want to be based on my workout routines and my healthy lifestyle. As we grow older these days, we tend to realize that the support that we had when we were younger gradually just reduces, like it's like layers of scales, or like layers when you peel an onion, you just keep peeling off layers on layers on layers until you get to the core. And then you realize that the core is you, and then you have to now, from within, inside out, now have to structure what works for you, what you need, what will be your motivation from inside out. Because you know what, our parents can't do the things we the way they did when we were younger. Times and seasons have changed, so what worked in the past does not work anymore. Now you have to figure out what will work for you now and in the future to get you to where you want to be. So while one of these days, randomly, I think in summers around July, I made a journal about it, saying no one is coming. Now I remember the lady, the woman, I would say, who made the quote, no one is coming. Her name is Mel Robbins. Maybe you've heard about her before. She's an 5 times best-selling audiobook individual. She's also an international best-selling author. She is the one where I got the no one is coming to change your life and 6 more truths you need to hear. But the truth has to be said, right? That what you really have is yourself. Yes, good social support is important, but it gets to a point you have to re-strategize who and what your social support is. But if you don't show up for yourself, how will other people show up for you? You have to shop for yourself. You have to show people what you need, and then they can, provide what they can offer, and also you do the same. So I'm gonna read a piece. It's a short piece in a journal I wrote, and then we can elaborate on it. No one is coming. No one is coming to save you. No one is coming to take care of you. The moment I became aware of this, I dusted my boots, strapped the laces, and started the inner work. The self-care I needed, the awareness of my behavioral patterns, what worked in the past and no longer works now. Therapy, books, podcasts, and more podcasts. The list is endless. The moment I realized this was going to be an endless journey is the moment I made peace with myself. You never finish knowing yourself. XOXO love. Like I said, it's a short one, right? But there's a lot to learn from this. The moment you realize you don't know anything is the moment you start acquiring more knowledge. The moment you think you've known enough, or you've known it all, is actually the moment you know nothing. I used to think I was well equipped for, adulthood, but oh boy, I was so wrong. Or maybe I would say what I thought I was equipped with was not going to be enough to carry me into the journey of life, of where I want to be and where I was going through. And there's something I had to come to terms with. Times are evolving. What worked in the 90s is not what worked in the 2000s. Is not what worked in the 2010s. Neither will it work is not even working in the 2020s that we are. Neither will it even work next year. So it was like an epiphany for me, and I was like, wow, there's so much to learn, and there's so much to discover about my authentic self. It's like, my version of me was just waiting, for me to be like, aha, to give me that aha moment, like, oh, okay, this is this and this and that I need to do. And my authentic self is like, oh yeah, welcome. I've been waiting for you. Right. it's really important to keep an open mind to learning new ideas, new possibilities of information, and then you can now decide to pick what works for you and what you think doesn't work for you. As Mel Robbins said, like I said earlier, no one is coming. It might be hard to accept, but even in relationships, any relationship, either in friendship, romantic relationships, family, you have to show up for yourself. None of these relationships can make you happy. You can actually make yourself happy, but those relationships, healthy ones, can enhance your happiness, give you room to grow into the person you want to become, or the person that you are becoming over time. Right. It's the end of the year, and as you know, we all will be reflecting on how the year has been. Well, I have. How the year has been, the things we have achieved, and the things we will hope to have achieved in the next coming year. It might sometimes look like, for me, I had I had a handful of things I really, really wanted to achieve this year. Things that would change the course of my future and my plans. But as life would have it, sometimes you come into meeting failure face to face, and you have to suck it up and then try again. That's the beauty of trying again. For someone who's like a perfectionist like me, I like to get things right done first time, but then I have to also remember that I am human and imperfect and will fall short of one or two things, and there'll be nothing I can do about it than to go back to the drawing board and do things again. I saw a quote somewhere. Yeah, I think when I remember her name, I'll say it while I speak. The quote said, "Do your best with what you know, and then when you know better, do better." That I held on to that, because sometimes we don't need to what's the word I'm trying to look for here? Where you have to be upset with yourself, like, I should have known better, I should have done things differently. But the truth is, you did the best you can with the information that you had at that time. And now that you have more information on how to do things differently, is the best thing to do is to do things differently and make sure you do it better than being upset that you didn't have that information in the past. That quote, I held on to it coming towards the end of this year. When I thought about the year and the things I planned to do, and the ones I achieved and the ones I couldn't achieve. When there's life, there's hope, right? And it's actually true, because we have the grace to be able to do things again and again until we do achieve it. I remember sometime I was so upset. Sometime I was like, I'm not gonna do it again. I'm not gonna do this again. I really wanted to do it and get it right for first time. Looking back at it in hindsight, I knew I was reacting based on emotions, but being alive alone and being here to even experience this year and all the goodness it came with should be appreciated, and I am grateful for it. And but as a human, we always sometimes want things to go imperfect, And for someone who likes having timelines like I do, you can imagine the toll it to take on me if I don't hit a particular target at a particular time, at a particular day that has already been set, somewhere maybe in my journal or in a notepad or something. Yeah, I'm sure a lot of people can relate to that as well. But there's always a beauty of trying again and trying again and trying again. Steve Harvey once said a quote that you don't quit when you try. No, you finish when you're done. So there's no point saying, oh, but I tried and it didn't work out. What's the possibility of trying again and then it works out? You would never know, right? You would never know. So I hope that this encourages someone out there that to always remember that we do have the sole responsibility to continue showing up for ourselves and to have the right support system to show up for us as we show up for them, and to strap on the laces of our boots and get to do the dirty work of anything we want to do in life. If it's the goal that you've always wanted to achieve something, maybe it's the right time now to reevaluate and re-strategize on how to get these things done as this new year is coming. There's no need to wait till the new year really actually starts. You can start now and let it be like a ripple effect into the year that is coming. And you never just know. Maybe 2022 might be the year. Or maybe it's the year you're planting seeds, and in a few months down the line, they germinate, they grow into a big tree that now produces fruits. As you enjoy the end of the year and you reflect on all the achievements of the year and grateful for being alive and having family and having friends that do care about you and care about us as collectively, I do hope that you remember to be grateful for the little things and the big things as well, and to be hopeful for more to come. Until the next podcast, I hope you do have a wonderful weekend coming ahead, and see you in the next one.